In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build and access EVE-NG labs like this, this, and this in under 2 minutes. And the best part is, you won't need to do any EVE-NG setup at all. So first off, we're going to go ahead and head over to cloudlabbox.com. Cloudlabbox is a service which hosts an EVE-NG Pro server on which you can rent time on for cheap. They've essentially done all the heavy lifting and configuration on their end, so we don't have to. Cloudlabbox does offer a free trial for users who just want to see if a firmware they want is on the server, or if they just want to make sure the service actually works for them. You can go ahead and make a free trial account if you guys want, but be aware it will only allow you to run one node at a time. The free trial account is primarily there just for testing purposes. It's there just to make sure that you will be able to do what you want to do and access the specific firmwares that you want to access. If you already have an account, you can extend or change your lab specs in the Edit Lab tab here. But for now, we're going to go ahead and make a paid account. I'm going to go ahead and make a large network lab. The actual account creation is very straightforward. We just need to put our desired username and password in, spec the lab, and choose how long we want the lab for. I'm only going to rent the lab for a couple hours because that's all I need. And then we're going to click checkout. But as you can see, it's very cheap for the type of specs that we're getting. It's important to note that if you want to rent for longer, you can, and you can get a pretty sizable discount if you do, as shown in the pricing tab here. But anyway, yeah, so let's just go ahead and click checkout. Once we're done paying, we can go ahead and log into the EVE-NG Pro server. Let's put in our credentials here. And there we go, we are in our very own EVE-NG Pro server. So Cloudlabbox currently has a bunch of pre-built labs for us to try, including this free CCNA course. It's got some good content. It's a follow along type course where there are lab exercises for you to try, and when you've completed the exercises, you can find the answers and configurations down at the bottom here. There are, of course, other pre-built labs, like the ones that were shown at the beginning of this video. There is this Cisco CCNP lab, which again has the lab tasks for you to follow along with. And then you have various other labs, like these Juniper labs here, which were also shown at the beginning of the video. And then you have these Palo labs over here. And yeah, so there's plenty of pre-built labs for you to explore. But however, if you want to make a lab for yourself, you can go ahead and back out and make a new lab here. Let's name the lab Cloudlabbox Demo, and then click Save. So once we're in this lab, it literally functions like a normal EVE-NG instance would. So first of all, we can add some nodes via the left pane here. Under Add an Object and Node, here we can select a network device from a vast amount of vendors. Basically, if you want to do some labbing, Cloudlabbox will probably have what you need in terms of firmware. But for now, let's try a Cisco Nexus switch. And let's select our image. We'll have the latest one, and then we'll put our QEMU version to 5.2, as I've found this to be the most reliable. Let's click Save. Okay, nice. So we can see that's been added. And now we just need to right click it and start and boot it. And so while that's booting, we can also add another node. We'll add another CSR. We'll add a CSR, a Cisco CSR router. And then we'll have the latest version of that. And then we'll also go ahead and boot that one. Okay, so now that they're booting, we'll also add some Cisco vIOS nodes so that we can just do some test config on these ones, just to show that the networking does actually work. And so as I'm adding these, you can see on the right here, the other nodes are still booting, so I'll get rid of them, just so then we can focus on adding these vIOS nodes, so that we can do some config on them in a moment. Yeah, and save that, and add that there and start that. Okay, brilliant. So now we have our nodes in our lab. We can see how our Nexus switch over here and our CSR is doing here. The CSR you don't really have to do anything to get the CSR to work, it just boots in it and it will work. With the Nexus switch, it gets stuck on this this part here, and essentially what we need to do is skip it, and then it will just boot as normal into the switch. We'll give that some time. And let's open the VRS. Oh, there it is. And I believe the default login is admin. There's no password. And there we go, we're into the Nexus switch. You can find all the default username and passwords in our FAQ page on the main page. And as you can see, yep, this is the Nexus switch all working properly. And let's go ahead and configure our iOS routers, just for some basic networking, just to show that the networking does work. Let's also get an interface. The interface is all connected up. Save. And we'll wait for these to boot here. There we go. Now these are all booted. Let's go. Let's do a quick configuration. So let's go into intgig 0/0 IP address 192.168.1.1 255 no shot, and then same again on this side. IP address 192.168.1.2.255 no shot. We should be able to ping the other side. It'll just do that ARP request, and there you go. Okay, so there we are, guys. I think Cloudlabbox can be a really useful tool for you guys. If you're not looking to mess about setting up your own server, Cloudlabbox can be a great option if you just want to jump in and get straight to labbing. We do have a Discord, which you guys can join. You can find that Discord on our site. Here you'll be able to get speedy troubleshooting advice if you do have any questions or issues. Failing that, of course, you can always reach out to us via our email, which is also on our website. Thanks again for watching, guys, and enjoy your labbing on Cloudlabbox.